Welcome to the Comics News Wire. We're going to recap the week, give you the forecast, talk about BACKERPAUSE. We're going to do it in a different way this week. You can find all this by going to thecomicsnewswire.com and look for week 18, because that's what we're going to be focusing on today. So we're actually going to go directly to our Comic Book Advocates and comicbookadvocates.com TikTok page. We're going to play them directly from the TikTok. So here we go. I wanted to kind of introduce you to all the stuff that's going on. So away we go. Let's check out the Comics News Wire as we always do. This is week 18. It's time for the Comics News Wire, week 18. Sadly, we have to start off with really sad news, the passing of a just amazing creator and a pioneer for creator rights. Neil Adams has left, but his legacy will live on. Still having problems being censored because I dare talk about human sexuality in an adult fashion. Final days of the bar are upon us. Go to Kickstarter now and get your copy of The Bar. Aaron Humphries gives us a peek into the future of his creations. Note the Barbarian. The Desire Index hit its stretch goal. That means everyone's getting the Vanilla Curiosity as a PDF reward. Officially announced that there were winners to his Be Drawn in the Book, and I was one of them, and I put JD up for the task. It's Continuum Comics original character. And PG Comics gives us a look at their Toon Man. December Lace shared with us a custom special limited December collector's edition of her wrestling figure. There's the Vanilla Curiosity book. That's the first time I've done art in years, and it's going to be fully credited to me with proofreading by CEO of Continuum Comics, Mike Seeley. Having a vanilla guy proofread the Vanilla Curiosity is pure meth. Demolition Man predicted the future. None of you can change that. Give some respect. Coming soon from Richard Davis, Cult of Dracula's newest story. John gives us a preview of Psycho, and RG Comics gives us something to be motivated about, and he tells us about the future of NRG Comics. If you have a campaign that's now crowdfunding, find us at the Comics News Wire on Facebook or come to comicbookadvocates.com. We actually have ways to contact us. There's an Alien in My Toilet Volume 2 is getting really close to kickstarting on May 31st. Joshua and Awesome Comics are just toying around. Hero Shack just talking about exposing trolls, or trolls exposed. It's on Indiegogo. It's not dirty, I promise. Or maybe it is. Patrick Lugo shows us a tiger's tail. A new book I'm in the middle of reading.
It's the Comics News Wire, week 17. Now having...
If you haven't checked out this video, do it. Imagine Dragon's Enemy. It's got really cool animation. Of course, the impact of Neil Adams. That was brought to us by Comic Publishing Institute. Check it out. Great article. Again, if you want to reach out to us, just go to the Comics News Wire at yahoo.com and send us your information. It's time for the
So we made going to the Comics News Wire a little easier. Some people had complained that they were putting in COMICS newswire.com to get in. I don't know why I stalled there. And we've been using the COMIX. Good news. Both now work.
This week's BACKERPAUSE theme is Kinky Backers and Vanilla Pauses. What's the Vanilla Curiosity? We'll get to that, but first an acknowledgement that's important. This past week, we lost a legend who fought for creator rights. And without him, creators wouldn't be noticed the way that they are. He made the world realize people created comics. You'll be missed. Thank you for all you did for us, Neil. There's no one who will ever replace you. But luckily, we got at least one of you. And now to see what's comics funding. The Bar has limited time left on Kickstarter, but you can still get your copy by going to BACKERPAUSE.com and finding out more about a cinematic horror series of one-shot stories with elements of supernatural. Mature, 18+. Sister Mercy's leaving this Kickstarter platform, but you still have time to get Kingdom Come, issue 6. Christy Shin ends this Friday with Demon Bitch, You All Suck. COVID-19 apparently made us stupid. Now we get to laugh at ourselves. This means you. Forbidden,
Echo,
an authentic horror comic. Boston Metaphysical Society, ending May 12th. Steampunk Supernatural Goodness, all 4 sequels combined into one trade paperback, plus a 10-page bonus story. Vanilla warning, the Desire Index is now live. See where your boundaries are and your desires lie. This is also what that vanilla thing is about. Let's check it out. You find this by going to desireindex.com. So the Vanilla Curiosity is actually a book made for those of you who are vanilla, who want to kind of understand what we're all up to, us kinksters. That's a reward, and it's just $1. It's the first time I've done art in years. Check it out by going to the desireindex.com. Remember to go to your local comic book store and tell them you want Cat Dad and Supermom. What makes a hero? Now available through previews and Lunar. Screenshot it so you can tell what numbers they are. The Absolver. 1 through 3. Sovereign on High. Smokes and Fox. Weaponized Werewolf. The Resistance and Hyperaction's Definitive Guide, Volume 1. It's featuring over 40 illustrations from Big Blue Comics top artists, a who's who, an official handbook for the entire universe, it seems. Motor City Mo, Episode 4, the continued story of the former boxer turned mob enforcer that can't die. Brand new to the show, Apex Cybernetic Samurai Al. That is a 37-page comic book that follows Apex and is in the beginning chapter in the second arc. It is the beginning chapter in the second arc. Tales of Tesla on Indiegogo. It's a 24-page full-color high sci-fi adventure comic book series. First book in an ongoing series. This week's BackerPause theme is Kinky Backers and Vanilla Pauses. What's the vanilla? You go to BackerPause.com for more information about all of that. And we actually missed 2, believe it or not. The list on BackerPause.com is so big this week, we needed a part 2. From Distress, issues 1 through 5. Now on Kickstarter. It's the Volume 1 finale of the smash hit Elves and Espionage series D&D Meets the Man from U.N.C.L.E. The Voodoo Junkie Hitwoman #1. Take Jessica Jones, Deadpool, and Doom Patrol, blend them together, and you get Supernatural Gun for Hire. This has been something we've been talking about. Go to BackerPause.com to find the link. All right, and our forecast. It's time for the Comic-Con forecast. Happy Mother's Day. Week 18 of 22. Free Comic Book Day is Saturday. Expect its own video for this, as a matter of fact. But for Comic-Cons on the 8th, we have the London Comic Mart in the United Kingdom. Then we have in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Memento Con, which actually isn't happening. They had to postpone it. That's why we're talking about it. It's going to happen instead in August of next year on the 5th and the 6th. So if you're planning to go, don't go. It's not going to be there this weekend. The MicroCon's happening in Concord, North Carolina. There we go. And the Revolution Superfest is going on at the Kimberton Fire Company in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. Our comic book shop of the week is still Hero Trader, which has their own event, the summer show of the Old Time Comics Show on August 6th. We're going to make sure you guys get out to book the ticket. We do want to talk about Free Comic Book Day. The COMiX Forecast adds this week the Free Comic Book Day special. We're going to take a look at my personal post where we can find all the different creators that are going that have stepped up and told us about their events. But on our main page, you could also find this amazing how to find your local comic book shop and book day. Stay tuned. Sean Fournet is going to be in Columbus, Ohio at the Flying Monkey Comics and Games. Ben Miller is going to be Happy Day Comics over in Indiana. Ashley will be at First Aid Comics in Chicago, Illinois. Matthew and Jason head to Krypton Comics in Indiana. Raphael heads to DePaul University in Chicago, Illinois. Dylan, Kyle, and Tyler head to Nine Planet Comics. We're going to have a part 2, so stay tuned. All right, we're going to give you as much as we can, and then we're out of here. We'll see you next week. Enjoy Free Comic Book Day. And no spoilers for Doctor Strange. Picking up with part 2 for Free Comic Book Day coming this weekend, May 7th. Julio tells us that Bill, Matthew, and Julio are all going to be at Creative Comics. That's in Indiana. Find out more at GorillaPublishingGroup.com. And they even have a Free Comic Book Day Tales from the Crypt Closet 2 Ashcan edition by going to GlobalComics.com, it seems. Christy Shin's going to be heading to Manhattan